a couple things here. I'm going to skip that. One item, I'm going to give 3 points and then Curtis will get you up here. Number one, self-control is something we emphasize a lot, talking about it in our church life. Self-control is a fruit of the Spirit, not a fruit of the human will. If it was a fruit of the human will, what do we need the cross for? Something to think about later on. Del Crosby's wife, Stella, asked me what my favorite verse is in Galatians. And when she first asked me, I didn't have any. I have two. First, anybody here ever done something where, probably the easiest way to describe it is you betrayed somebody. You hurt them. You see their face. Don't put your hand up. It's okay. I'll put mine up way high. I've got lots of faces in front of me. You haven't lived long enough. Don't worry about time. Paul did that. He persecuted the church of God violently. He killed Stephen. He was there anyway. There's no way to bring Stephen back. There's no way for me to make right some of the things that have happened because of me. And yet at the end of chapter 1, Paul says, they glorified God because of me. Forgive my language, but if you screwed your life up real bad, here's an example of someone who got it right later. It's okay. Go ahead and feel guilty if you want to. It's the Catholic thing to do. But those of you who know Catholics, they will laugh harder than you just did. But anyway, but seriously, God can take you and make something good out of what we've broken. Second verse. And this one comes from, I mentioned my mom earlier, we didn't always see eye to eye on spiritual issues, but this particular verse really reflects what she put into me. So then, as we have opportunity, let us do good to everyone. We're coming into finals week. You're going to see some of your friends who are about this close to freaking out. You know what to do. Give them a hug. Don't give them no-dos. Get more sleep. You should get more sleep during finals at any other time of the semester. If you haven't got it yet, never mind. But seriously, be diligent in living out your faith. And that's it. Any comments?
Let me say something. We walked through Ephesians 4. They talk maintaining the unity of the Spirit, the bond of peace. Ephesians 4:3, talking about the church, the visible expression of the body of believers, and how we're talking about how there's all these different gifts. We come together, and the world looks on and says, how can so many people who have different gifts and different abilities? I'm not talking about gift of memorization. I'm not talking about that. How can so many people come together and be unified through the Spirit? The world looks on and can't fathom that. And I'm getting to the point here that there is such a need for us to know the men and women who are older than us, the kids who are younger than us, get to know families, Scott and Viva, Adam and Kayla, families in our church. I'd love for you to get to know Dr. Odell.
I'd love to give you the opportunity. Keep praying. We've got a rough road ahead of us yet.
We're going to close in prayer. But I want you to tell us how we can pray for you.
I was afraid of that question. I gave a lecture back in August to the youth group. Somebody asked, how do I talk to God about my cancer? And the answer was, I want it gone. 4 times this, depending on who's counting, 3 or 4 times this year I should have died. The biopsy results we got on Monday were sore blow. The cancer has spread. That's usually not a great sign. On the other hand, I've broken all the odds. Things that should have worked didn't, things that shouldn't have worked did. Pray. Okay, I'll put it this way. There's 2 kinds of faith that are probably in this room. If you have the kind of faith that says, God, give the doctors wisdom, I've got a great team working for me. Pray for them. But there's some of the people who've been treating me who know that the reason I've gotten better as much as I have is because of prayer. For those of you who would like to just go straight and have God intervene directly, that would be perfectly cool by me. I want to get back in the classroom. I miss being with y'all. And I have a lot of ambitions of what I'd like to do with my family later on. And so do they. So that kind of healing would be absolutely wonderful, as well as, while I resist learning lessons out of cancer, obviously something's up. What does God want to do with our church, with me? On that one, you can pray for yourself and me. Where are we going next? That's it.
Some of you have been on Sunday nights, you know how we break off in groups and we pray. And that's what I want to close tonight. I want to close this. I want you to break off in groups of 2 or 3, 4. Spend a few minutes in prayer.